Did you forget numbers then?
Yep, I did.
Yep. So Sam just did a little countdown and got a bit confused.
Well, no, because I was like that, and I wasn't sure whether to go with that or that, which people can't see.
People can't see,
But,
no.
like, it's kind of awkward sticking threes up like that. Did I glaze you?
Everyone is
the German 3.
Everyone is wondering what the hell you're on about right now.
It's fine. Hello, everybody. I'm Sam. I'm here with Josh, and we're back doing our little podcast thing where we talk about the film and the television and the news and what's happening and what we think should happen and all that sort of crazy stuff, which you've all come to know and love. All 4 of you. But yeah, we're back.
Hey, there's 5.
It's a 5 now. Oh, we're growing.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be famous yet. But yeah, so, well, we'll just, as we always do, we'll just get straight into it. We've got
we just jump into
a little
it?
bit of movie news for you today. Not too much, because there hasn't been too much that has been released.
I mean, it has been like 4 days since we last podcasted.
But we're getting back onto a better schedule, which is what we promised our 5 fans.
We were on 4 at the time, so we're improving.
So that's it. It's all about the schedule, man.
Yep.
So
we're moving up in the world.
Why don't you just...
Woo!
And then, so then we've got a review of El Camino, which is the Breaking Bad movie spin-off Netflix special.
Yep. And because we're not done with Joker yet, we might go on to a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah.
If we've got time.
Yeah. But we'll see where our word love takes us. Right.
Yes.
Let's
see how many segues we go on.
Yeah. Let's dive straight into the old movie news then, Josh. What have you got for me? Lay it on me. Thick and creamy.
I don't know what to say to that.
It's fine. Just...
So it's a bit of a sad one to begin with.
Okay, right. I'll
And it does link in with
Someone's died, have they?
El Camino and Breaking Bad.
Someone's died?
Yes, they have.
Oh, right.
Robert Forster, who played Ed in El Camino, the
trucker guy who gets... Yeah.
Yep.
You know what?
The Hoover shop owner.
The Hoover shop owner?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant the guy who was... who Jesse calls to take his car away. Because, funnily enough, when we were watching it, I was just like, I can't believe that guy's still alive. Because he was Mr. Heckles in Friends. But anyway, it's the Hoover shop owner. Yeah. Right, okay, yes, yeah.
He was sadly passed away at 78 years old.
Right.
Of brain cancer.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
That is sad. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our thoughts go out to his family.
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
It's a bit of a sad one to start.
That is a very sad one to start with, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
And I don't think the news gets any better this week, if I'm honest.
God. So I'm hoping you've started with the worst one there, like the most devastating, the most awful news.
Yeah. So shall I just move on to the next bit of news?
Yeah.
A Training Day prequel is in the works at Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, that's actually been rumoured for a while. Yeah. I remember reading something about that last year. Pointless.
Yeah.
Completely pointless. Training Day was good as it was a great film. Doesn't really need anything else other than Training Day.
I mean, Training Day was also a film that ended years ago and doesn't really need a follow-up or anything to do with it.
Nope.
We'll be talking a bit more on that a bit later.
Yep.
And then we also got the Training Day TV series with Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Who may also rest in peace.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really bringing it back to the doom and gloom, aren't we, this week?
Death is a part of life and all that, unfortunately. But yeah.
It's just
they actually did that Training Day series, didn't they?
Yeah.
I never watched it, because why would you? But they did it with a lot of things. So they did the Taken TV series, they did the Limitless TV series, and then they did Lethal Weapon TV series as well, which... all pointless.
They did Rush Hour as well.
Did they do Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And speaking of other spin-off series, which is 2 of the news stories that I had lined up, we're also getting a Born Identity spin-off series about Treadstone.
So that one can work.
That could work. And Will Smith is also developing a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air spin-off.
I read something about that. That can't work.
That can't work, no.
No.
But did you see the fan trailer that came out a few months back?
No.
But reimagined Will Smith as like a drama?
No.
Yeah, and it went viral, and Will Smith saw it and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping they don't do Fresh Prince as a drama.
Yeah. So what, it's going to be a spin-off or a reboot?
The title of this says spin-off, but it could end up being a reboot. I think a reboot's more likely.
Yeah. Should be 10 hour-long episodes of just Carlton dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be. It's not unusual
to be loved by anyone. So yeah, those were two of the news stories that I had lined up.
Yeah, slow 4 days.
Yeah.
You watch, as soon as we finish recording this, it's going to be something massive that comes out. Like Keanu Reeves has been announced as Galactus? No, not Galactus. What's the bad guy? The big bad, what was rumoured for the next phase 4 of the phase 5 of the Avengers?
Probably Galactus.
It is Galactus. I can't remember what his name was. So, well, I could, but second guess myself. Terrible. Yeah, it's going to be something like that. Keanu Reeves has been cast as Galactus.
Oh, we get a new Star Wars trailer. Yeah. Rian Johnson cancels his Star Wars series. I don't know. Yeah.
It's something like that, won't it? Yeah.
DB and Weiss, quit filmmaking altogether. I don't know. I feel like you'd enjoy that.
I don't want people to be out of work.
Maybe they'd have backups.
Possibly, yeah. They might have made... Well, they probably made loads of money. More money than I've made, anyway.
D.B. Weiss, attorney at law? I don't know.
They do sound like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a law firm, yeah. So...
I do see the Treadstone spin-off working.
Yeah, I see that working as well.
It's a prequel series.
As long as they don't focus too heavily on the Bourne aspect of it. If they just have it as, someone's trying to uncover the secrets of the government program...
Then again, that's what Bourne Legacy was about, and it didn't really work.
True. I've only ever seen that once. And I was thinking yesterday as well, that I still haven't seen the 5th Bourne film.
It's not really worth watching.
Right, fair.
Yeah. It feels like it was filmed by a guy with Parkinson's.
That's all of the Bourne films.
Well, yeah, but this is
like the invention of the shaky cam action. Don't know why I just randomly turned into Sean Connery there. Shaky cam action scenes.
Or it popularised it, yeah. It's like on another level with this one.
Right.
You don't even know what's going on.
Right, fair.
But yeah, it's...
I might watch it eventually, but it's not something I'll go out of my way to try and do.
It's a prequel to the Bourne series, so I don't think I'll rely on the Bourne aspect of it that much, which is probably a good thing. Next up, we have Titans is letting fans vote if Jason Todd lives or dies.
Yeah, I saw that. He dying.
Yeah, because they did the same thing with the comics.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a very popular character. And then obviously he came back as Red Hood, which I really want to see. I've finished watching season 1 of Titans.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
It was good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, there was a lot of, let's say, like CGI and stuff that didn't really mix.
Yeah.
Didn't really blend well. But that last episode was brilliant, and I want them to go down that direction.
Yeah. The last episode, it was weird with Titans for me, because the last episode, it just really ends abruptly.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, hang on a minute, what? So apparently what happened was, that wasn't meant to be the last episode originally. They had another episode shot.
It feels like they must have done, because the way it ends...
Yeah. But they went, but this episode's so good, we've got to have it as the first episode of season 2. And it's like, wait, what?
That's not how you do things.
No. But yeah, bizarre, but I suppose they wanted to make that creative choice, and they did, so...
It's a weird creative choice, because I was sitting there like, all right, let's watch the next episode. Right, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a way of getting people hyped for the next one.
Yeah, to come back in.
But it's not really done that for me, if I'm honest. I mean, they've got Deathstroke in season 2, which is why I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And the characters are good. I'm not a massive fan of Raven, if I'm honest, but the rest of them are very good.
I don't know too much about the character except what I've seen in Titans.
Yeah.
But, yeah. When is season 2 out?
So it's currently airing in America, and it's got the placeholder on Netflix saying season 2's coming, so it must be soon.
Okay. Right, that's fine.
So yeah, it looks like the option to kill him off is winning at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah. Oh, he gonna die.
It's definitely gonna happen.
There's no way he's not gonna die.
His character's such a dick anyway, so... Yeah. And they've done that on purpose.
And the thing is, like, when he was first brought in, it was basically like, oh, he's actually being set up to be killed.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. Are they going to make the Joker do it? Are they going to actually bring the Joker into it?
Yeah, that's the thing, because they kind of showed the Joker off in the last episode, yeah.
Yeah, well, they just had him lying down, didn't they? With his... Yeah. But... And they have got Ian Glenn as Batman in season 2, which is very, I think, great casting.
It's a great choice, yeah. I like that we're going for an older Batman with this one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they kind of had to. Yeah. Because there's multiple Robins,
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good. And I'm excited to see what they do with Deathstroke, actually. Because after watching Arrow, and he was so good in that, played by
Manu Bennett.
Manu Bennett, yeah. And Deathstroke's the Titans character originally.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So moving on, which I guess is now the last bit of news that we have.
Wonderful.
HBO... Band of Brothers team is developing
a
World War II drama for Apple TV. It's based on the book Masters of Air, which is, I suppose, like a follow-up series to Band of Brothers, in a way.
I suppose.
And Band of Brothers was probably one of the best miniseries that I've seen.
Phenomenal. Like, it's one of those I watch pretty much every year, and...
Yeah, you watched it recently again, didn't you?
Watched it last year. I haven't watched it yet this year. Okay. I was going to watch it, but I just didn't feel emotionally prepared at the time to go back into it because, Jesus Christ, it doesn't half hit you hard, that show. But yeah, so I mean, it's Spielberg and Hanks again. Yeah. So I've got every faith that they will do it right.
The great thing about Band of Brothers is there's like so many actors that are now like really popular.
Huge, yeah, that were in it. So there's like James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Damian Lewis. That was Tom Hardy was in it at one point. Yeah. It's absolutely loads.
And randomly, like David Schwimmer was in it. Obviously, he was famous at the time, but
yeah,
it was a great series. And the Pacific wasn't as good, but was enjoyable. I never
watched the Pacific.
Yeah. I think I've probably seen the Pacific more times than I have Band of Brothers, if I'm honest. But yeah, I need to give it a watch again.
Yeah.
I need to buy them on Blu-ray.
I think I've still got
That's my next thing.
That's the one thing I still have in Peasant Vision.
What, standard Blu-ray?
Standard Blu-ray. It's not 4K. I don't think they do it in 4K yet.
No, I don't think they do.
Terrible.
I mean, it wouldn't make any difference to me because, again, PS4 Pro doesn't support 4K Blu-rays. So, if you're listening, Sony, put that in an update, you wankers. Maybe I shouldn't call Sony wankers.
Meh.
Oh, well. Right, so that's all the news that we have this week.
That's the incredible news. The beautiful news.
Yep. So, I suppose we should move on to the review that we've got now.
Yes. So, here, as we are recording, El Camino, which is the Breaking Bad movie Netflix special spin-off that they did. Sequel sort of thing, was released yesterday, which was the 11th of October.
Correct.
Yep. I know my dates. And I watched it.
Same.
Yep. And okay, we'll go to Josh's one-word review.
This is more of a noise than a word.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. So, before it got released, I remember talking about it on one of our previous podcasts, so you should go back and listen to them, all of them, every single one, and go to the YouTube channel and watch all the YouTube videos that we got on there, and then like us and subscribe to us and stuff like that. And
Good little plug there. Good little plug.
I remember talking about it and just saying that it'll have some good scenes in it, but overall it'll be completely pointless, because it's not something that we need. It was the same with Better Call Saul. I felt that we didn't need that at all, and I actually actively don't like Better Call Saul. I tried watching it. I think I got about halfway through the first season and had to stop because I thought it was so poor. And basically, and I like saying these words, I was right. It was exactly what I thought it would be. It had like 2 or 3 really well done scenes in it that were quite tense, but overall, you're just like, what is the point to any of this?
Overall, I was just bored shitless.
Yeah.
They could have taken it in a different direction. They could have not done it at all.
Which would have been preferable.
Which would have been better, yeah. Like, at this point, what's next? Are we going to get like a Walter White prequel series where he's just a chemistry teacher? I can't wait for that one.
Yeah. No, they'll pluck out another minor character and make something big of that. Like, there was rumours they were going to do a Mike Ehrmantraut prequel. Which...
No.
I think they were only rumours. I don't think they were ever confirmed to have actually held any serious talks, which is good because it's not needed. Oh. I think it was going to go back to the time that he was a beat cop.
Okay.
Like, when he he does that, tells Walter that anecdote, and they were going to go back to that kind of...
But they don't need to do that as a Breaking Bad prequel. They could just do it as, like,
just do it
a new detective series. Yeah.
But, like... I think the thing about Breaking Bad is that it's one of the very, very few shows that knew exactly what to do and when, and exactly when to end it.
It's like Vince Gilligan said, he doesn't want the show to just continue and it just becomes a shell of its former self.
Yeah, it didn't want it to overstay its welcome, and that's why ending it after season 5, and they ended it perfectly. Obviously, slight spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, but like
it's been out a long time.
Yeah,
Walt, it ended 5 years ago.
Walt basically got his comeuppance to a certain extent, and you know, you saw Jesse having the old riding off into the sunset, or obviously it was nighttime, but whatever. You get the metaphor, the cliche kind of
thing. And it was the perfect way to end it.
Yeah, you didn't need to know what happened to Jesse next. You just needed to know he's free, he's now got his life back, kind of thing. But
yeah, because all the fan theories and stuff about what happened next is something that they've now kind of just ruined, because they're like,
here's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and we really didn't need to know.
No.
Like, season 5 was the perfect time to end it, and in my mind, that's where it ended. I don't feel that El Camino is a good continuation of the series. Because, yeah, I was bored throughout most of it.
Yeah. And obviously, so I'm going to have a slight spoiler alert. I think it was already released before the film was actually released. So you might have been seeing it in the news. But obviously, if you haven't actually seen anything about El Camino, slight spoiler alert here. But the cameo from Walter White was completely wasted.
Yeah, we got one little cameo where he's talking.
Where they're just talking in a diner.
Where he's saying, oh, you should go to college.
Yeah.
What are you going to study?
Yeah.
Business? Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, the cameo in there, it would have been him in full Heisenberg mode, not in, in a flashback, not in just, there's a general chit-chat.
Yeah, they could have done so many things, but it's just wasted. Like, it's one little cameo from...
pretty much everybody. Mike.
Yeah.
From Walter.
Mike, Walter, from Jane.
Oh, yeah. Kristen Ritter. And like, again, the best part about the whole film was Todd's performance.
Oh shit! Like
he was seriously underrated towards the end of Breaking Bad. He was brilliant. I can't remember the actor's name. Let me just
Fat Damon.
Meth Damon. But yeah, his performance again in El Camino was brilliant.
It was good, but I wouldn't say it was brilliant.
Jesse Plemons, that's it.
I was watching the film thinking, oh, so is this basically Jesse and Fat Damon's big weekend blowout?
Yeah.
Like,
but did you notice all the flashback scenes didn't make sense because all the actors looked totally different? Like, Jesse Plemons had packed on a bit of weight, whether that be for a role or what, I don't know. But like, he was heavier than he was in Breaking Bad.
He was still quite, don't want to insult anyone, but he was, I wouldn't say he looked any different to how he did in...
I thought you could tell. But like,
I mean, it's been years since I watched Breaking Bad now, so...
Basically, it's the worst thing that a movie or a TV show can be, and that is pointless.
Yeah.
Totally pointless. But we've had it...
I made the mistake yesterday of getting a little bit hyped for it as well.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Even though I knew it was going to be pointless. Like, I was talking to a guy at work about it, and I was like, I'm quite excited to see what they do with it, but it's pointless. And I pretty much ran home and put it on, if I'm honest.
Right.
And then I was just like, well, that was 2 hours of my life I'm not getting back.
Did actually say that when it finished. I was like, well, that was 2 hours of my life where I could have been playing Footy Manager instead. Yeah,
pretty much. And now I'm getting told that I'm not a true Breaking Bad fan because I'm not a massive fan of Better Call Saul and I'm not a fan of El Camino.
I hate it when people do that.
Even though they are worse quality than Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Again, with Better Call Saul, you knew everything you needed to know about Saul in Breaking Bad. He didn't need a spin-off.
No, exactly. No.
But fun fact, do you know that he originally auditioned for Michael Scott?
Bob Odenkirk?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He was originally in the run-in for Michael Scott, which is why he got a cameo in the final season.
Okay.
As basically Michael Scott from Philly. There you go.
Yeah, because he comes from like a stand-up comedy background. He had his own improv show back in the 90s.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
see, I didn't know that. There you go. We're learning stuff every day.
And then they did like another one on Netflix a couple of years back. It's Stan and Bob's. I can't remember the name of it.
Fun facts, guys.
Fun facts.
So, yeah, that was El Camino. Go watch it if you want.
Yeah.
It's not got a stellar review from us, but you never know. It's the thing about it's the great thing about film and TV. It's all subjective, so you might actually go and really enjoy it.
I mean, it's got a stellar review from actual reviewers.
And we are actual reviewers now. We are actual critics.
Professional reviewers.
Well, I guess we're not professional now. We're amateur. That's a shame. But one day our word will mean something.
One day.
Yeah. So, shall we move on to the next segment?
Yes, we shall.
Yes. So, as it's been a bit of a slow week for just general news and stuff in the world of film and television, we decided that because we're still pretty hyped up about Joker, we both want to go see it again for a second time, which we probably will soon. But we sort of got thinking, as we all know, Joker is a standalone film, and we won't actually see Joaquin Phoenix in that role again.
It's
a shame, but also I think it's right. Yeah, I think they'd tarnish it if he was to play the Joker again. So we decided, because we know that there's going to be the Matt Reeves Batman, Robert Pattinson's cast as Batman in that, but we don't know yet officially who any of the villains are going to be.
It's rumoured that it's going to be like Long Halloween kind of thing, and we're going to get a lot of villains.
Which is great. I'm definitely up for that. We only know that Isa Gonzalez has been cast as Catwoman, I believe.
I'm a bit sceptical.
Perfect casting.
Because the problem with like Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that it was oversaturated with villains.
Yes.
If we are getting so many villains in this Batman film, it's going to feel too claustrophobic, I think.
See, I don't think that, because I think the problem with Spider-Man 3 is that it was the movie studio. So Sam Raimi didn't want Venom in it at all. And they forced his hand to put it in there. And I think it was quite late into the writing of the script that they forced his hand to do that. So there wasn't actually time for them to get it right.
Yeah, because Sam Raimi said he wasn't actually a fan of Venom from the comics.
Yeah. So, but we have seen things where there have been multiple villains in shows or movies or whatever, and they have worked. And I think writers are getting better nowadays for comic book film. They're taking their time with them more.
I think if I want to introduce a load of villains, do it as a TV series.
Yeah.
Give them the proper time to introduce the characters and stuff like that. Because I feel like you're just going to see mini snippets of them, which is going to risk doing what they did in Justice League, not Justice League, Batman v Superman, where it was like, oh, here are the members of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Seeing them all on a computer screen.
Like I say, they have to take the time with them, but I think DC have actually started to realise now, we actually do have to take our time. We're not going to get the instant success that we want.
Yeah, true.
So hopefully they've sort of turned a corner in that respect. However, so we decided that we're going to have a little segment today where we talk about who we would really want to play the Joker next and how we think it would work. Yep. So, Josh, I know you've got your thoughts. Would you like to start us off?
Okay. My idea for the Joker kind of links in with the Joker film. Not in that we have the same actor playing a character. I know Joaquin Phoenix is done.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we maybe have, and I know a lot of fans want him, Willem Dafoe as Joker.
Great choice.
Or I also thought maybe like James Spader.
As in Ultron, as in Robert California. I mean...
because everything...
I see that a little bit less, I'm not going to lie to you.
Everything I see him doing creeps me the fuck out.
Everything is...
sex.
You're going to want the sexual metaphor. Was that not the sexual metaphor? He was brilliant as Robert California, I have to like. I know a lot of The Office fans actually don't like him. I saw a thing recently, although I take it with a pinch of salt because I think it was joe.co.uk. The secondary characters from The Office ranked worst to best, and they put Robert California as dead last. And I was just like, well, you lose all credibility with that immediately because he was one of the best secondary characters that was in it. If anything, the worst secondary character was Nellie, played by Catherine Tate.
Does Will Ferrell make it on the list?
Yes, he was about mid-table.
Because he's not a bad character by any stretch, but he's not...
He wasn't... yeah.
He's not... Well, we got more time with James Spader's character.
Yeah. Because he was one of the best.
And so fucking unnerving.
Yep. But
everything I see him in now, I'm just like, no.
Have you seen did I send you it, I think? The clip of someone who'd spliced all of the Avengers Age of Ultron. It might have been the trailer or just general scenes. and they'd overlaid Robert California's dialogue over Ultron. It's brilliant.
I've not seen that, but I don't want to, if I'm honest.
Oh, you do.
God.
You do.
Yeah, so
James Spader, interesting choice.
Probably a bit of a random choice, but I feel like every choice for the Joker so far, everyone's had outcry for.
Yeah.
So I think go with someone like James Spader because
and the only one we were really right about was Jared Leto.
Well, yeah.
Well, actually, no, nobody had any outcry for Joaquin Phoenix's casting. Everybody was just... I think that was one of the few comic book casting choices where everyone went, yep, that's right. Perfect.
No, I think people said perfect because of the casting choice, because he's a great actor, not that he's right for the role of Joker. If we're talking comic book adaptation Joker, he's completely right. He's not right for it.
Comic book, yeah, but I don't think it was ever going to be a full-on comic book adaptation.
Yeah, because when it was first announced, it was like, is it a Martin Scorsese-produced film that's going to be in the same vein of his films? And that's kind of what we got, but it's not produced by Scorsese. But yeah, James Spader or Willem Dafoe as Batman.
Yep, I'd definitely see Willem Dafoe a lot more than James Spader.
If we're going younger, Jake Gyllenhaal. Although Jake Gyllenhaal will also be a good choice for Batman.
Yeah, and obviously, if you happen to want to go back to the YouTube channel, we have 2 videos on there, which is top 10 actors who could play Batman and top 10, maybe 7, can't remember.
I think.
7 actors who could play the Joker. Go give them a watch, because they're really good, and the lists are great, because I made them. And I'm always right about these things. Always right. So your first choice would be Willem Dafoe.
First choice, Willem Dafoe. Second choice, James Spader. I only thought of these this morning.
Fair.
These choices, so yeah. That's why they might not be the most fleshed out.
Right.
And Jake Gyllenhaal for a younger casting.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to do like a trilogy of films, they might want to go for a younger
I suppose, because you were saying beforehand that with the casting of Willem Dafoe, he's in his 50s, 60s now,
60s, I think, yeah.
So that is an older Joker. But I think that's the beauty of the Joker. When he's done best, you know nothing about who the man actually is. You just know him as the Joker. So he can be anybody. And he can be old to a younger Batman, which I think is great. So I totally agree with Willem Dafoe.
In the comics, there's a storyline where the Joker is possibly ageless.
Yes.
Has been around since the dawn of time.
Yeah, and he's the person who actually discovered the Lazarus Pits.
And he just keeps using the Lazarus Pits, and that's kind of what drove him insane.
Yeah. See, I don't like that.
I'm not a massive fan of that.
I never liked that theory or comic book or whatever it was, that actual storyline. I just prefer that he's just a man who is just batshit insane.
Yeah, but it could be a reason for why he's older and teeing off against a younger Batman.
Yeah. True.
So the storyline I had was that it's an older Joker versus a younger Batman. Joker is kind of a reason for Thomas and Martha Wayne's death.
Right, okay. You go with that angle.
So kind of that angle, yeah. Let's say the Joker film is like the first one.
Yeah.
And that's canon. That's what happens to Thomas and Martha Wayne. In this one, Batman comes into it because Joker is like a crime lord. So I'm kind of adapting Brian Azzarello's series, which I talked about in the last episode.
Yep.
Which go back and listen to if you haven't already.
Plug.
Joker's a crime lord, and Bruce Wayne takes up the mantle of Batman to try and stop him, essentially.
Right.
And it's basically Joker playing games against a young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought for it. I mean, I've not really fleshed it out because obviously I thought about the idea this morning.
And it's terrible, Josh. I told you to have more ideas, and I told you to do this last night.
Yeah, and then I was depressed because El Camino.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So it's a older Joker versus a younger Batman, which I don't think we've really seen before.
No, I don't. I'm like I say, I'm sure there's some iterations of that kind of dynamic in comics, but
probably
we've not seen it live action.
No, so I think it'd be an interesting take on it. Kind of Joker has a hold on Gotham, and Batman basically comes in to basically stop what's going on.
Yeah.
I know you spoke about maybe doing like an Arkham Arkham film.
I think the best way for them to go, if the Arbats doesn't quite work out the way that they want it to, I would just get the writers of the Arkham games in, because they've done it the best. Like, those games are unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant.
There's some bits about Arkham Knight I wasn't a massive fan of.
Yeah, like, I think the main bit about Arkham Knight that I didn't like was that how they sort of went, the Arkham Knight is a brand new character, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it's Jason Todd.
Yeah, it was Jason Todd, and it was kind of very, very evident from the first 10, 15 minutes of the game that it was going to be Jason Todd, but...
And the storyline focuses a lot on his relationship with Jason Todd,
Yeah.
which was kind of like, well, this is where they're going with it.
I do think some of the live action stuff do actually need to take a little bit of a risk like that and maybe try and introduce some new characters. I mean, Christopher Nolan tried it, but The Dark Knight Rises was a complete mess anyway, and he sort of had...
You're talking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I think if they take a couple of risks like that and introduce some new characters, maybe even a new villain, I think it could work, depending on what they do.
Yeah, I could see it, because they've been so focused on going with, these are the characters that fans like from the comics, so we'll go with them.
We'll just put them in. We don't really care if they work or not, kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I don't know whether it would be a good idea to maybe shelve Joker for a few years.
Possibly, yeah. And then really take the time and bring him back in. But if they don't, then I'm pretty much going to potentially quote my list, because I don't think it's changed that much since I wrote it. Because my first choice would actually be your third choice. That's Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he could actually suit either or. He could do Batman or he could do the Joker, but I think he would do the Joker a lot better, especially after I saw his performance in Nightcrawler. That was basically it's almost an audition for the Joker, that role. He was brilliant in that, and he's got that gaunt look about him in that film, so he could cut the weight to be able to get down and really pull off the look of the Joker, and we know for a fact he's got the acting ability to follow through with it.
I mean, Joker from the comics, yeah, he needs to cut weight for, but no other iteration of a Joker has been like really trim, like live action wise. I
suppose, yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why I don't think. That's why I would prefer them to go more comic book.
Proper comic book Joker.
Proper comic book.
Okay.
We've still never properly seen a comic book Joker live action.
Other than which iteration of Joker do you go for? Because like I said in the last episode, which if you haven't listened so far, go back and listen to it. Yeah, I said in the last episode that there's so many iterations of Joker to choose from that you can't really just pick one. Like with Batman, there's mainly just one iteration. And then you said Zack Snyder, fuck that. But
yeah. Yeah. Well, so again, I go back to the Arkham games because I think they got Joker in that absolutely perfect. I'd want to see that kind of Joker, but put live action. And this is where I'd say it's a damn shame that we'll never actually get Mark Hamill as a live action Joker, because I think as much as I think you could go old with the Joker or older, I think, no offense to Mark Hamill, he's fucking amazing and I love him, but he is a little bit too old to do that, and he hasn't got the look for the Joker.
Yeah,
I don't think he has that, but if only we could have got that when he was younger, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, if Tim Burton had included Mark Hamill as Joker in his film, that would have been a lot better, I think.
Yeah, instead of Jack Nicholson, because I know it's controversial to say, but Jack Nicholson was a terrible Joker, and I don't understand the hype around. I do not understand it. I never have understood it.
I don't think there is much hype around Jack Nicholson's Joker.
A lot of people hail Jack Nicholson as the best version of the live-action Joker that we've had.
They are wrong.
And those people are wrong and morons and idiots. Because he is not the Joker, as we've said multiple times. He is just Jack Nicholson playing Jack Nicholson, who just happens to be dressed as the Joker. Anyway, ran over on that front. But yeah, so I'd go with Gyllenhaal as number one. I've said it before, I think Ty Burrell would be brilliant because he's got the look. And he's got quite a bit of range in him. He can do the comedic side of things, but we've also seen him play utter arseholes. And I think, given the right material to work with, I think he could make an excellent Joker.
I think he's a bit of an out there choice, but
he's an out there choice. But so was Ledger.
Yeah, but yeah, I say, every other choice for the Joker has been an out there choice and mostly paid off.
Yeah.
Except Leto.
Leto didn't pay off.
No,
Jared Leto. Don't even care.
Whatever.
But which is a shame because Jared Leto is I'm not actually bashing him. He's a very, very good actor. I just think he got that totally wrong. And I think it was a mixture of him not actually paying proper attention to the source material. And I think it was a mixture of...
No, it wasn't his fault. It was the writing.
I think it was a mix. Because, I mean, you heard about all of his on-set antics and stuff, and it was just basically him going, "Ooh, the Joker's just really edgy and cool." And it's like, no, you've missed the point completely. It was like he was trying to be creepy just for the sake of being creepy, instead of going, right, what actually is the Joker all about? But again, I'm not saying it's his fault totally.
Yeah, the thing is...
Because the writing was awful for that film.
The thing is, he's trying to be a method actor, but he's not really going the right way about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's mostly down to writing, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
They should have gone with a comic book version of the Suicide Squad, which means no Joker.
The Joker just didn't need to be in that film at all.
I think they were just like, he's a popular character, so he'll probably get us more views than, I don't know.
I think that film...
Boomerang Man.
That film was just doomed as soon as they released those first images of Margot Robbie as Harley, because as much as I love Margot Robbie and I think she is actually absolutely perfect casting, she wasn't Harley.
I think her character is completely overrated because a lot of people say she's the best part of that film, which is probably true, but still wasn't a great iteration of Harley Quinn.
Nah, again, that was down to the writing and the costume design, because...
Oh, God, it looks even worse in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, it looks awful in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Terrible. But yeah, sorry, segue. Well, sort of segue. We're still on DC.
Still on Joker.
So yeah, Gyllenhaal, Ty Burrell, or, as I said, this is another really, really out there choice, but again, looks-wise... perfect. Acting ability and range, we don't know because we've never seen him try, but Andy Samberg. If Andy Samberg did a couple of dramas or tried to be like a really menacing, horrible person in a horrible character in something, and he pulled it off, then I would actually probably move him up to first choice.
Yeah,
because he literally looks like the Joker.
I think we need to see more of him in different stuff.
I've tried to rack my brain when it comes to Andy Samberg to think if he has actually done anything that isn't a comedy, and I don't think he has.
No, I think everything's comedy.
Everything he's done is... So he is just a comedy actor, but I would love to know if he could take that step.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, he would, looks-wise, be absolutely perfect for the Joker.
I couldn't really see him in a purple suit, but...
Oh, I could. Yeah, absolutely.
I
have to think about it every night when I'm in bed.
I think the other two were better choices.
So, yeah, well, that's why I went third choice out there. Very, very, very out there choice, but yeah.
So what would your storyline be? If you have one planned.
It's really, really tempting just to say...
Arkham.
Yeah. Just do the Arkham. Just make them live action.
Just do Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be...
Or Arkham
beautiful.
Origins, because that was actually quite a good story to it.
That was a really good story, although that one wasn't actually Mark Hamill, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was a different guy.
Yeah, Troy Baker, who also did Joker in the Telltale series.
Yeah.
The Telltale series is also brilliant.
I don't think I've actually seen that.
I would also want the writers of that maybe to do like a film or something.
So I've always thought Batman would work best as a 10-episode per season TV show.
Okay.
Hour long, maybe a good, I'd say, anywhere between 7 to 10 seasons to get it perfect. So I'd go with that.
So basically Smallville, but with Batman.
Yeah, but like actually...
Which actually is what they were originally going to do.
Oh, were they?
They were going to focus on a young Batman.
See,
instead.
That's where I'd go with. I'd start it off. I wouldn't bother with his whole origin again, like his parents died, because we know it. I'd just have little subtle hints to it, you know, a mention here and there about what happened.
Yeah.
I'd start it with Batman when he first comes back to Gotham. And like the whole first season is there aren't actually any supervillains. It's the mob. And, you know, it's the Falcones, the Maronis, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'd have him going up against them and very much learning how to become the Batman in that first season. And then from the second season onwards, when he actually establishes himself and the news get hold of, oh, this is the Batman, that's when the villains start to emerge, because that's what happens.
Would you have him create the Joker in season 1, but they don't really show it off?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't even mention Joker in season 1. I probably wouldn't even mention Joker until...
He just throws a guy into a vat of acid, and then
I don't
2 seasons later he comes into it just like, I'm Joker.
I wouldn't have the whole vat of acid thing, because I think that's garbage.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's terrible. Again, it's stupid. I would have, literally, when the Joker comes into it, it's like The Dark Knight. He's just there. He just shows up, and you're like, where the fuck did this guy come from? And again, it'd be the same sort of thing. Oh yeah, I came from here. Well, I also came from here. You don't know. Kind of thing. I think if I was going to have a popular villain in the first season or the second season, I'd actually say Victor Zsasz.
Yeah.
Because you can you can do a lot of things with
that.
Yeah,
because you can go more in line with Batman being the world's greatest detective.
Yep. Which I think is what Matt Reeves said he's focusing on.
Yes,
he wants
is,
to do more detective Batman. Because that's what the fans, again, have been crying out for.
Which is what they played a lot in Arkham Origins with.
Yeah.
Which is how you find out that basically it's not Black Mask, it's Joker.
Yeah.
Spearheading the whole operation.
Yes, yeah.
And that was a great twist, I thought.
Yeah.
And I want to see something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that as a series. Yeah.
Absolutely. See? DC should just get me on board, really.
I don't think we'll get Jake Gyllenhaal in the
No,
TV
I don't
series.
think we would. I think that's more like when you get someone like a Ty Burrell or a potentially Andy Samberg or something like that.
Yeah.
But then again, they could go unknown.
Or James Spader.
Yeah. They could go a fairly or relatively unknown actor. I can't go with Batman without mentioning Jensen Ackles as Batman because he'll be free now since Supernatural has ended.
Has it finished now?
It's the final season is currently airing in America, I believe, but I still haven't seen season 14 because it hasn't come out over here yet. I think it was on E4, but I didn't quite catch it, so I have to wait until it's on Prime.
Why didn't you just buy it on 4K Blu-ray when you were in America?
Because it wasn't out.
What, for season 14?
Don't think so, no.
Oh,
or I didn't see it anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get your cousin to send you it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jensen Ackles for Batman. Hashtag.
Not
Ackles
really.
for Batman.
But okay.
You're wrong. He's perfect.
I don't know who else I'd choose as Batman, to be honest.
Jensen Ackles.
No, I'd have Jake Gyllenhaal playing them both.
Yes, just Jake Gyllenhaal. What? Jake Gyllenhaal is every character. Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, the Riddler.
It's basically
Talia al Ghul.
It's basically that. Is it Enemies?
Yes.
Is it Enemies where his twin?
It's his twin. Yeah. I haven't seen that film, and apparently it's just insane.
Basically, that's my Batman film.
Yep.
It's just Jake Gyllenhaal playing everyone. And that's a great time to end the podcast, I think. Yay! Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun time. That was a good ride, that. Hopefully we can start getting some more YouTube videos out. Hopefully we can chop up some of these segments and put them out. Yeah, I'm going to be back on it, don't worry. If Football Manager doesn't get in the way. But it's fine, whatever.
It's both of us, really.
Yeah.
Not pulling our weight.
Well,
shit.
Well, we got better with scheduling, so we got to take one thing at a time. Hopefully we'll get more videos out soon. But yeah. In the meantime, just head over to the YouTube channel, watch our old videos, give us a like, give us a share with your friends, subscribe to us, follow the Facebook page, follow the Instagram, Radioactive Screen, delicious. And we will see you next time, guys.
Bye, guys! Bye.